Back around the end of the Bronze Age, when I was living in Memphis, the local NPR affiliate FM station was partly staffed by journalism majors from Memphis State University. And it was obvious that some of them didn't know a lot about music, but then, to be fair, at the same time, neither did I. The same young scholar who, within a single hour of one fine day, treated his listeners to Stravinsky's Fireball and Handel's Recorder Sonata in F-flat, also introduced me to a piece by Darius Milhaud. I was driving at the time and almost ran off the road. The music was some extremely attractive and quite eccentric jazz, and when I was able to get to the library and look through the complete catalog of Darius Milhaud's compositions, I found the one that poor child had mispronounced so badly that I'd been proceeding with nary a clue. It was his jazz ballet score, La Création du monde, the creation of the world, music based on African origin myths. Since that time, it's become a great favorite, and I find myself going to it again and again for the nourishment that can be found in it, and I'm happy to present it for your delectation today. There's a general notion that American composer George Gershwin was the first to incorporate jazz into a classical composition, with his Rhapsody in Blue furnishing the tip of the spear. But in fact, Milhaud beat him to that punch by a full year with a ballet score rich in the kind of music that the composer had heard in Harlem during a trip to New York shortly after he discovered jazz in London. Milhaud's Création was brought forth in 1923, and its premiere was a flop, owing largely to the unwieldy costumes that the dancers were obliged to wear. Fortunately, in this case, as with Stravinsky's Rite of Spring a decade earlier, the music has long outlived the ballet itself and enjoys a life of its own as a staple of the orchestral concert repertoire. My including it in my chamber music series is owing to its scoring for just 18 players, 2 flutes with 1 doubling piccolo, oboe, 2 clarinets, bassoon, alto saxophone, horn, 2 trumpets, trombone, piano, timpani, percussion, a large batterie played by a single individual, 2 violins, cello, and double bass. In the score, you'll see the alto saxophone part tucked in between the violins and cello, where the viola part would normally appear. Since that part is so important, especially during the overture, I've supplied some red arrows to guide your eye right to it. The score is in 5 sections, played without pause. The opening section is a dark-hued overture whose main theme will return several times, including near the end, to knit the whole together. The jazz fugue that follows the overture represents primeval chaos, and the succeeding sections treat the creation of the animals, insects, and trees, the creation of the first man and woman, their desire for each other, and the consummating kiss. The composition is a little over 15 minutes long in most performances, with this one delivered by Leonard Bernstein and l'Orchestre National de France. And you may now forgive my fractured French, just as I have forgiven that young broadcast journalism major his.